Sorry, I'm gulping because of the stench. Not used to being this up close and personal with you, chat.
I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I like instant ramen in a cup.
I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I like instant noodles in a cup. I apologize. And this is why we don't have any weebs in the community. Today, chat, we are doing truth. Which means I have my shot collar here. I have the buzzy thing here. All you have to do to ask me a question that I have to answer is highlight your message for 100 channel points. The rules for truth are, number 1, I do not have to buzz if I do not know the answer to the question, okay? So if you're like, I don't know, what is the 5 plus 10? And I can't answer what 5 plus 10 is because I can't do maths, okay? For example, then I don't need to buzz because I can't answer the question. I don't need to buzz for anything that is going to dox myself or put myself in danger. For example, what is your address? For example, what is your bank account? Okay, that's doxing myself. So I don't need to buzz for that. Were there any other rules? I feel like there's always one that I miss. Yeah, anything that's gonna put me in legal trouble. So if I've signed an NDA for something, then I don't have to answer something that's gonna get me to be sued. For example, I swear on my life to answer all questions honestly. Yeah, that's it. Honestly. I swear on my life to answer all questions honestly, which means I will not be joking around, because if I joke with questions, then they're not answered honestly. So yeah, sometimes even with jokey questions, I give them serious answers. That's because I have to answer the questions honestly, 100%. So yeah, because obviously if I don't want to answer a question, I just spin. So do you think society would benefit from more women playing video games? Not particularly. I think they should. I would benefit from more women playing video games because that means more baddies that I can play video games with. I would like that. Do I think society as a whole would benefit? Well, actually maybe, because it means that like if more guys play video games and more girls play video games, they can like bond over it. And then maybe that would increase the amount of love there is in the world and more families and babies and I don't. Possibly, but it's probably not at the top of the list to implement for improving society. What would you say is your favorite non-streamer related moment that has happened in your life? What's my favorite moment ever in life? Oh wait, how is it so hard to think of a moment? No, this is like scary. What's my favorite moment in life that's not related to streaming? Okay, guys, can you give me some like examples? So like I can like tell me yours and then I'll like maybe possibly think of something. Oh, okay. One day I was at a sleepover with my friends and then it was like a really fun sleepover. Like when you just have a really good day. I was like 12, 13 years old and I had a really banger sleepover. And then my mum comes to pick me up from the sleepover and she's like, by the way, I bought a cat. Okay, I'm not going to say his name because my mum like posts him all over Facebook. But let's call his name Jonathan. Let's call the cat's name Jonathan. And Jonathan was like the best cat in the whole world. Like he was like rescued from a shelter, right? And he was like the best cat ever. And then like I remember the first day I got home, okay? And you know what I did as a 12-year-old kid? Push-ups. I got home from the sleepover and I started doing push-ups. Not to flex, I'm saying everything honestly, chat, on my life. I was doing push-ups when I got home. And I was doing push-ups, bro. And the cat, Jonathan, he kept on like going on my back while I was doing the push-ups. Cause like, like when like kittens or puppies are like really small, then they always want to be like around you and touching you. Bro, it's like I was trying to do push-ups and he kept on like climbing on my back. That was a really good moment. What is your biggest regret in life? Bro, I wanted to be a scientist. Now I'm a streamer. Like things that I would have been sad about, like getting bad, like if I did badly in a test or if I didn't revise or if I did something wrong in a test or whatever, and I could have regretted, led me to being a streamer. So I don't have it. Doing things badly led me here. That's not what I meant. Not doing things badly led me here, okay? I really wanted to go to Oxford, right? Like my whole life. Like my parents like assumed I was gonna go to Oxford, which you should never do as a parent. Assume that you're gonna go to the best university. Like make your kid assume that they're gonna go to the best university in the world. You shouldn't do that. However, when I didn't, okay, and I got into Imperial, but you know, Imperial let me have a gap year. Oxford would never have let me have a gap year, which means I would have been able to start streaming. And then, yeah, so I actually don't have regrets. I know that sounds copium, but it's true, I don't. Because otherwise I wouldn't have been with chat. People blush spinny. What is your biggest, darkest secret from us? I wouldn't do truths if I wasn't an open book. However, there are obviously things that I can't say. For example, where I live. But that's doxing. I'll just do it. Nothing's even in my mind right now. Nothing's in my mind, but I'm shocking anyway. Okay, does anyone know how to tie a knot with one hand? Okay, I'll do it on my neck. Chad, do I need to spin for what's your biggest secret from us? I don't even know. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Low. What's low? Out of 100, chat, what's low? And then it goes up in increments of 10 each time. 10 is low. Let me put it to 10. Still going. You see I'm not cheating? It's really on. You can really hear the buzz. Still going down. Wasn't even that bad. It's on 10. Like, it's like a little spider zapping. Would you rather die? That sounds like a horrible traumatic experience that I would probably never recover from, so I'm going to say die. Brother, what is this? You know when I said unmodded questions? I meant unmodded questions. Who's been your least favorite guest you've streamed with? Okay, you know what? I am actually gonna say this. I don't want to buzz. I'm gonna say it. Okay. Okay. Wait, what does this mean? Least favorite, like I don't like them the most, or I wish I didn't stream with them the most? I remember when I was in TwitchCon Paris, I went and I did like a competition, right? Like, and I streamed it. And it was like on Twitch. And then I came second last and this guy came last. And then this guy's whole community, I can't remember what language, I think it was Romanian. They were just saying to like follow me around, and they were saying like the mods got like 100 death threats. I got like 1,000 death threats in like, well, I think it was Romanian. I think it was like, yeah, I got like 500 death threats from this guy, not from the guy, sorry. He's not responsible. I know he's not responsible. It was his community. But yeah, I got like 500 death threats because he came last and I came second last. What was your dream job? I wanted to be a researcher. I wanted to be a doctor before that though. I wanted to be a doctor, but then I realized, bro, you finish training at like 30. You don't get paid until you're like 30, and then I want to have a family before 30. So that doesn't really work. I'd be like in residency having a family, which some people do, but I don't think I'd be able to do that. What's your Roman Empire? Something you can't stop thinking about. Bro, guys, you want to know something crazy? The other day, okay, did you know that was this? Okay, this is going to change your life. And you know, in case one of you guys falls for the scam, okay, I might save your life. That was this big YouTuber that fell for the scam. And apparently this is like a really common scam, right? So he lost like $100,000 or something from this scam. So this guy comes up to him at a bar. Well, like this guy comes up to you at a bar, okay? This is the scam. Guy comes up to you at a bar. He's like, hey, I've stolen some money, but I can't use it because when money gets stolen, sometimes police, like this is like a true thing. Police, like they like ink the money or whatever, so people can't use it. So he's like, he comes up to you and he's like, I've stolen some money and the money's been like inked, so I can't use it. And I know how to get the ink off. I need the special solution. But bro, I haven't got any money. I've just got the money that's been inked, right? Sorry, this takes a while, but it's like crazy. Okay, and he's like, I will pay you some of the money if you can give me some money for the ink removal, right? So you're like, sure, dude, I'll give you $50. You give me $100 back. And he does it. He gives you back $100 when you give him $50 because you're paying for the solution to get the ink off. And so he gives you a percentage of the inked off money, right? And then he comes back and you're like, what do you mean this is so fake? This is like a scam. Like loads of people have fallen for this scam before. And he's like, thank you so much for the solution. You paid for some of my solution. But he has like a ton of money. So you're like, oh my gosh, I just actually doubled my money. This is legit, right? So you're like, oh, I'll give you more for more money. So he gave him a bit more and I gave him a bit more. And after 5 times, he gave him $100,000. And then when he gave him $100,000, he just ran off with the money because he was like luring him in. He didn't actually have any inked money. He was just luring him in until he gave him a big amount and then he just ran off with the money. How crazy is that? And this is like a legit scam. It's got like a whole Wikipedia page about it. Because it's like a scam that so many people have fallen for before. What is the biggest downside of your job? I think humans are not supposed to experience as much like criticism from so many different people. I think it's very important to have like some trusted people that you take the opinions off, because you can't take no one's opinion, right? Because then you're like stubborn. So it's like say someone's been there for like a long time and you trust their opinion. Say there's like 10 or 15 people as a streamer that you're like, they've been there for a long time. You're going to take the advice from them. They're not just going to say mean stuff for the sake of it. You know what I mean? You can't take opinions from everyone, because then you're going to get really sad and you're going to get self-conscious about like everything. I think you can deal with it, but I think if you don't take means to deal with it, then it can be really bad. Is there anyone you have beef with? Who has no one that they don't have the slightest little bit of something with? We move up to 20. I just want to confirm, okay, I do not have active, like, I hate drama. But obviously people have, like, wronged me in the world before. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing now that we've done those planks. What's one thing your community does that always puts a smile on your face? I like People Rose very much. when like I'm about to go live or something and then people start People Rose, there's a lot of things. I'm just giving you one example. But like, and then people start giving me roses, especially when we have like a celebration, like an anniversary or it's like my birthday or something. And like the cards make me feel so happy. They put me on a high for the year until the next card. So yeah, those are 2 things. There's a lot of things, but I love you guys very much. If you were a man for a date, what's the first thing you would do that you can't as a woman? Can you hear me out? Okay, chat. Okay, how do I say this? I'm very interested in like the human body, obviously, bro. That's what I wanted to do as a job. Okay. Like I think bodies are so cool. Right? And so as a result, like I would want to like experiment and investigate just because I think that it's cool. It would be very cool that I have like a whole nother body and a whole nother things. I have whole nother things. Okay, do you want me to be honest? I think being a dude for a day would be so cool. What is your bra size?